everybody. It's Kelly Russell, the Rock Your Joy Coach. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to my channel. So, my topic for this week is seeing the world and our lives like a movie. A Course in Miracles teaches that this whole existence is an illusion, it's a dream that we have made up by the ego mind, and that it is actually a projection, right? And so, what's a movie but a projection onto a screen, right? You have a projector, and whether the projector, now the projector is digital and whatever, but there's an apparatus that is projecting an image onto a screen that is just reflecting that which is being projected, right? That's what a movie is, and that's what our lives are, our so-called lives here on, in this illusion of the world of time and space. And so if we can really get that, it helps us so much to have a better experience of, life here, because it can get, hella real. It can feel shitty at times, and it can feel painful or like a struggle, challenging. But if we look at it like we're watching a movie, so we are the projector. The projector is in our minds. Our ego mind is projecting this image of the world that isn't even true. The truth is that we are home in God where we never left, right? So we never even went into the movie theater. We don't even know what a movie theater is. We're just in peace and love and joy and bliss and like this state of ecstasy, perfection, heaven, like, the eternal or something, right? But we had this tiny mad idea that literally was over in a micro nanosecond, and we just kept on being at home with God where we never left. But our awareness, we were not aware of that anymore. We thought that we had rejected God and that we had ejected ourselves from heaven, that we had, told God to F off, and that we were alone and, had basically caused ourselves to be outcast and felt this terrible sense of guilt and had to then project that guilt someplace. And we projected it onto this fake world, this, we in our movie, we made up the idea of the illusion of time and space, the universe, the cosmos, all the solar systems and the planets and the wormholes and the black holes and stars and all of it. We made all of that up, and then which then led to the dream of evolution, right? And how that all went, all in for the purpose of us being able to give ourselves an escape, right? And what is a movie but an escape from reality? And except that we weren't really escaping reality, which is our true home in God that we never left. We were escaping this so-called reality that was so painful, that came from this sense of guilt that we had separated from God. And so we made up this movie, and the purpose of evolution was literally so that we could all be bodies, and there could be billions of bodies. And that's just further separation, right? So this whole separation movie, this whole idea that we were separate from God, resulted in the Big Bang, which was, of course, the material equivalent to this belief that exploded from this tiny mad idea that we were separate from God. That's how it played out in the world of time and space being made up, because we are so incredibly powerfully creative. We carry the same creative power as our Father, as God. So we can miscreate just as powerfully as we can create. And that's what we did. We miscreated this movie of time and space. And then these little sub movies, that appear to play within it. So we're always in the movie theater. We're always sitting in the dark. Whether we might be watching a movie that is a horror movie where things are, oh my God, the call's coming from inside the house, and get out and get away, and somebody's chasing and stabbing, or have a chainsaw, or whatever that is. Or it might be a romance, and people are falling in love, but then they can't seem to be together, and they have to be apart, and they misunderstand each other, but then they get back together and it's a happy ending. Or it might be a mystery, it might be a thriller, it might be a crime movie, it might be a documentary where we're talking about something that's really serious that needs to be addressed. And it might be, a whatever, any kind of movie. It's all, that's what our life is really like. And if we are sitting in the movie, we can get really sucked in. Like, I can't even sit in a horror movie and watch it because it's too real for me. And I lose myself in it. And I believe it. I have nightmares about it. I mean, it looks and feels very real to me. I forget that they're actors on the screen. I forget that these people are just playing a role, and that the blood is fake, and that it's all CGI, and that none of it's really happening, and that afterward, after that take is done, that people are like high-fiving each other and talking about the scene and cracking jokes and all that stuff. No, I think it's so real, and I take it so seriously. And the movies can evoke that in us. They can evoke these emotions, these feelings. We could cry at movies, or we get all pissed off, or we align with, against the dark side, or if we're watching an adventure movie, and we're on the adventure, we're part of it. And so it feels really real. And that's exactly what this world is like. Everyone in our lives is just playing a role, and they're playing a role that we assign to them. We are the projector, and we are also the director of the movie, and we have also chosen the cast, and we have given everyone the roles they have, and the script. We're following the script. The script is written. What we can do is chill out, and we can remember that we're watching a movie, and we can allow ourselves to have some distance from it and not get sucked into it and not make it real. We can remember that it's just a movie, and that we can, so the movies that are fun, and that are, action movies, and they're adventures, or they're romantic, or they're feel-good movies, or whatever, we can enjoy those, and they can entertain us. And the parts of the movie that feel painful and difficult, and like it's awful, or it feels like a horror movie, or it's sad, and all of that, we can remember that it's just a movie, and that this scene is not going to last forever, and then it's going to change again, and it's going to be a different movie. And the movie is epic. It goes on through our entire lives, and even after our so-called lives, our physical lives are over, and we make our transition from the physical to the non-physical, the movie still continues. It's like we come out of one movie in this giant theater, and we just walk into another movie, and that's our reincarnated, starting a new lifetime. And so over and over again, that's what we're doing. And when we can wake up and we can decide that we don't want to live in a movie theater anymore, that we actually want to go out into the sunlight, we actually want to go out and be in the real world, and that we don't want to just sit here and experience this projection anymore, the Course in Miracles gives us this amazing tool to be able to do that. It is literally the exit door from the movie theater. And it allows us to not only wake up and realize that we're watching a movie, but to have the experience of actually not being in a movie by practicing the Course in Miracles version of what's called true forgiveness, which is looking at whatever situation it is, whatever person in our lives that we believe is causing us, that's the current actor in the drama that we're experiencing, we believe that is causing us this pain and suffering and causing our movie to be terrible and tragic and horrific and whatever else. And we can say, I forgive you. I forgive this. I remember that this guilt and fear is in me and I am projecting it onto you, onto this situation. I can forgive myself for dreaming this illusion, for believing in this dream, for watching this movie and making it real. And I can release us both because we're both innocent. And I can ask Holy Spirit to help me see this differently and release the whole movie to him to be healed. And then that is the equivalent of us just being able to walk out the door and be able to be back in the light. And yeah, we're still going to be strolling around in the world, and it's we're gradually waking up. And so at some point we're not going to be strolling around in the world and we're going to forget this whole world and the whole movie. But in the meantime, this is what we can do to make our movie going experience a better one. And even if we stroll around outside for a while and we go out, and have some fun experiences, whatever, even if we find ourselves back in the movie theater, we can continue to use true forgiveness to be able to get ourselves out of the movie theater periodically and not just stay in there sitting in the dark and watching this projection on the screen. So that's my message for you today. And I hope it was helpful. If there's anything that you derive from it that you want to tell me about, please leave me a comment below or send me an email. I love hearing from you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I am here every week talking about the practical application of A Course in Miracles. And there are also a couple of free gifts below. There is again, to continue to help you to make your movie going experience a happier one. There's a workshop below on how to be happy no matter what, from blocking joy to rocking joy. And there's also a daily meditation practice to start your day in connection with spirit. And then whatever your movie looks like after that can again be a happier experience. So thank you again for being here. I love you.